Hey, what's up and how are you doing? In this video, we're going to be looking at how to set up Jupyter Notebook for a Windows PC. Now, if you plan on working on data science or machine learning programs, this platform can be really great to help you when working with your projects because it gives you a lot of flexibility that you might not necessarily get on other code editors, and a lot of organizations actually use this. So let's see how we can set this up on a Windows PC and start using it. Well, the first thing you want to do is head on to jupyter.org. Okay, that is the website for Jupyter Notebook, and then we want to click on this option that says install. All right, so we want to click on that option that says install. Once we do that, that should open the installation page for us. Now, there are a couple of ways you can install this when you want to set it up on your PC. You can actually use Anaconda, which is some form of environmental management. You can even use pip env and so on and so forth. But for this video, we're actually going to be doing a global install, which means we'll be installing Jupyter Notebook on our system globally. So to do that, what we want to do is we want to scroll down to this option that says Jupyter Notebook, install the classic notebook with pip install notebook. So that is the option we are going to use. Now, when you want to do this, you want to make sure that you have internet connection, okay, throughout the install process, because that is needed. All right, so with that being said, what I'm going to do now to install this is to bring up the Windows command prompt or the terminal. So we'll just search for terminal, which is this here. Click on that, and this is what we get. Now, on this terminal, what we are going to do is actually type this command we have here. All right, that's what we're going to do. So I'll bring that up. Oops, where is that? All right, yeah, I'll bring that up, and then we can actually just copy this. So go ahead and copy this and just paste it here, pip install notebook. Now, sometimes before you do this, if your pip, the version of pip you have is not actually updated, you might want to do that because it might give you a warning that you have to update it, and it gives you the command you have to write to update it. Basically, it's going to be something more like pip install -- upgrade pip, and that should actually help you upgrade it. Once you're done with that, just go with pip install notebook and then hit on enter. Now, it might take a little while to install because it needs to download the package, but yeah, that is done installing. Now, to be sure that this is actually installed, there are two ways we can do this. The first thing we can do, we can actually go and type in pip list. This will go ahead and give you the packages you have installed on your PC. And if we scroll up to where we have J, you can see I have all of these Jupyter packages here. Notebook should also be there. If we scroll down to N, where is that? N. Yeah, notebook is also there too. All right. Another way you can actually be sure of that, you can do Python-m, okay, Python-m notebook version. That should also give us the version if it's there. Perfect. All right, now that is done, let's see how we can set up a project with this and start using it. So the first thing we want to do is I'll just go to my desktop. All right, I'll go to my desktop, create a new folder. So I would say folder, I will name this ML for machine learning, and then I'll go ahead and open that folder up. All right, with the folder opened up now this is the folder where my project code is going to be. Okay, this is the folder where the project code is going to be. Now, what I want to do is I want to open that same terminal that we use in installing this on this folder location. There are two ways I can do this from within this folder. I can right click, and then if I show more options, I should see the options that says open in terminal. Now I'm in Windows 11, Windows version 11. That's why sometimes you have to right click on this show more options, but sometimes you should just see open terminal there, depending on the version of Windows you're using. So if I click on this, you notice that the terminal opens. But if you notice one thing about this terminal opening, you will notice that it is opened in that folder you created. That is exactly what we want. You can see ML is there. That is one way. Another way we can do this is right at the top where we have the name of this folder, this thing here that looks like a browse bar here. Okay, we can just come here and type in CMD, which stands for command prompt, and that should still go ahead and open the terminal. Whichever option you use, just make sure that this terminal is open. Now, what I want to do to start a new project, now, although on the website, it is written that we should just type in Jupyter Notebook to run it. But I noticed when I did that, it doesn't work. And that's probably because, I don't know, maybe the version upgrade or well, for some reason, it just doesn't work. So if we come here and type in Jupyter Notebook as directed here, it just doesn't work. So if I hit on enter, you can see that it tells us that Jupyter is not recognized as an internal or external command. All right. Now, the other thing we can do that actually worked that I've tried out is if we come here and type in Python-m, which was the same way we used in checking the version, and just go with notebook and hit on the enter key, you see that starts up the server. If you notice what we have on our command prompt, we have the notebook server running now, and it opens on our browser. So notebook is actually running now. And to create a new Python file here, what we are going to do is click on this option that says new Python 3, and if I click on that, you see we get a new Python file. Now, whenever you start up this server, okay, every time you're starting a project or you want to work on your project, this is the server you're always going to be starting up. And you have to start it up by typing Python-m notebook. And whenever you have this server start up, it's going to always open a browser for you because that's the environment you work with in Jupyter Notebook. Now, if I go ahead and close this server, you'll notice if I try to run this project, if I try to run that, okay, let me run this other one here by just refreshing. You notice it says site cannot be found, and that is because the server is down. So we can actually restart that again. I'll just come here and say CMD, and then we go with Python-m, and then notebook. That should start up the server again. It's up and running, and if we come back and refresh this page now, it should be working back. And you can see that this was the project we created the other time. I can go ahead and open that. Actually, let's rename this from untitled to maybe something like app, and then I'll rename. Now, the moment we created this file here, if we go back to our folder, you will notice we have the file there. Okay, you notice we have the file here. So every new file you create for this project would all appear here. And we can go ahead and write our code now. So I can say x equals to maybe 2 plus 3, and I come down, I can go ahead and just print out s. To run this now, just hit this run button and you can see the result. And I did mention that Jupyter Notebook gives us some form of flexibility when working on code. One of that flexibility can be, watch this, without typing the print statement or command or using the print function, you would notice that I can actually run a program that would still print out something. So let's go with something like s5 plus 5. Watch this, I will just write s here, and if I hit run, you see it still works even without writing the print function. So that and an order flexibility is what you get in Jupyter Notebook. And there you have it. We have Jupyter Notebook installed now and it's actually running. So